This is Beyond Curry with your host Bill Julka and guest hosts Dr. Nandlal Varyani, Lata Varyani, Dr. Neera Julka, and guests Josh Ungar, Shama Ibrahim, Om Julka, and Dr. Murphy Ungar. Today we spotlight tandoori cooking. Though it is popular throughout the world, its origins and varieties are largely unknown. Everyone is fond of tandoori chicken, but today we bring you a new dimension in tandoori cooking. Every day I dress in a suit and tie, but today I'm dressed as a chef. I have invited my friends and family for dinner, and we're going to show you a new form of tandoori cooking. Let's begin. We're going to make the garam masala. This is the most commonly used in our everyday cooking. Black cumin, black pepper, black cardamom, stick of cinnamon. In Indian cooking, we always use nutmeg for meats and fish. And same with cinnamon, mace, and some cloves. The main base in this is cumin, so it's kind of tough. And so these are the three ingredients that are always available in our kitchen. Meanwhile, Dr. Varyani is lighting the tandoor. The tandoor is traditionally a clay pit in the ground with coals in the bottom. It is used to cook naan or Indian bread. It is thought to have originated from the cradle of civilization over 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia. The native Sumerians and Akkadians lived there for thousands of years until it became a battleground for nearby empires. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great conquered Mesopotamia across the Middle East to what is now China. This enabled Alexander's successors to develop the silk trade from modern-day China to Europe. The tradition of tandoor is said to have traveled via the Silk Road. In the 1300s, Genghis Khan controlled the northern route while destroying all other routes. This stimulated trade with Middle Eastern countries for 200 years. Eventually, the Mongolian Empire was split up, and in the 1500s, Jahangir, the fourth emperor of the Mughal Empire, inherited land from the silk trade down to southern India. He is said to have made the tandoor portable. With his sponsorship, tandoori cooking became popular in India. It was often used outside and in markets for cooking, but the first tandoor to cook meats wasn't installed until 1948 in Moti Mahal restaurant in Delhi. The tremendous success of that restaurant brought the knowledge of tandoori cooking to the world. Next, we are going to show you how to marinate the shrimp. Actually, it's a two-step process. In the first step, marinate the shrimp in lime juice, garlic, and ginger, and we let that marinate for 30 minutes. Put it in the refrigerator. Step 2 on the marinade, we're going to remove the shrimp and pat it dry with a napkin, and we're going to make sure that it's dry. We are going to make the real marinade, which we are not going to remove. That as yogurt, lime juice, onion, garlic, turmeric, cayenne pepper, garam masala, white pepper, carom seeds. We blend them all together. Marinate the shrimp in this. Make sure the shrimp is coated well. This is a marinade that will stay with the shrimp, and marinate it for 2 hours before we put it on skewers. As you can see, it's quite easy to make this, and it takes only a few minutes in the tandoor. If you don't have a tandoor, you can always use the regular oven, and it'll take 5-6 minutes to make it. Even with the success of Moti Mahal restaurant, the world's view of Indian cuisine is still limited. Tandoori cooking is only one of the many different Indian styles that have amalgamated over a 5,000-year history of cultural influences. Tandoori cuisine is often thought to consist of chicken, goat, and lamb. However, India's coastline is 5,000 miles long, has 3,800 fishing villages, and employs 14 million people in the fishing industry. India is the second largest fish producer in the world, with shrimp making up over 60% of their seafood exports. Trout is very popular fish in the north, and that's where tandoori cooking originated. So today, one thing that we're showing is tandoori trout. We take a fillet of trout. For the marinade, we have vinegar, paprika, garlic, mango powder, ginger, black cumin. That's not very popular here, but it is popular in Kashmir. Lime juice. This is ghee. It's called the clarified butter. It has a very high temperature for burning. The carom seeds. So this is our marinade, and we have to grind everything together. Okay. We'll marinate it for 2 hours. The marinade should get inside the fish. We're also going to show a whole trout. Though brown trout are a common and popular fish in northern India, no species of trout originated in these lands. Trout are native to the icy mountain waters of Central and Western Europe. European anglers loved brown trout as they were considered a fine game fish and excellent for eating. Everywhere the British went, they brought fertilized eggs of brown trout and eventually rainbow trout. In 1899, F.J. Mitchell brought brown trout eggs from Howelton, Scotland to a small hatchery at Harwan in Kashmir. They were able to rear 100,000 eggs and began what is now a thriving brown trout population in the streams of northern India.
Well, this is the favorite part of everybody. Yes. Indian people love desserts, and we all have sweet tooth, as you know. Today we are making pistachio kheer. You boil 4 cups of milk and reduce it to half. And what you do is half a cup of sugar and then put some rice in it. And it cooks and cooks for a long, long time. So once it's all cooked, and we let it cool, and then we'll put a pinch of saffron on it. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit, which is about a pinch of it, and just stir it, and it thickens. Keep on stirring. This takes a long time to cook.
How long will it take you to make this?
This takes a long time, at least a couple of hours. You just let the milk sit there, and you make sure that you have to always keep stirring frequently, because if it catches the bottom, then it smells. You don't want the
And
boil.
I've heard that Indian cooking you can't rush.
During the spice trade, India amassed great riches. Those in a position of wealth often show their status by eating varak or silver foil on sweet dishes and desserts. It has antimicrobial properties and also can indicate if a dish has been poisoned with arsenic. According to Business India, an estimated 275,000 kilograms are eaten annually, which is an amazing $250 million worth of silver.
This is the finished product. We let it cook for a long time, and then what you do is we just garnish. These are all the pistachios. I remember my mom used to always make this, and we used to cut like this. It may be bad for you guys. You will think, oh, she's going to cut her finger. And then what you do is you just garnish it with the pistachios, since it has the pistachios inside. And this is very, very special. This is the silver leaf, which I don't know, I've never found it here, but I got this in India. So what you do is, oh, we did it!
This is a royal dessert for our family and guests.